All right, it says we live.
All
Let's
right.
check the feed real quick. Swarm out there.
Shalom.
Bear with us. All right, just checking the feed. Lord willing, everything
Yep.
is clear.
We on. We got it.
We on? Beautiful.
Yep.
Yep, we on. All right, here we go. Hey, Shalom out there.
Shalom.
Hey, we are the brothers at Great Millstone Charlotte back at you with another live lesson. All right, and we pray that this lesson be edifying. And before we get started, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahasham,
Bashem,
Yahweh
Yahweh
Shai,
Shai,
Bahasham,
Bashem,
Kakwadash.
Kwakwadash.
Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. Shalom
Shalom.
to you. There you go,
Yeah.
Shalom. So yeah, man, we had a lesson that we've been wanting to do for a little while. You know what I'm saying? We finally able to get it out, and we want to talk about this, Lord willing. Like we said, it's edifying, and we thought it's pretty heavy, and we wanted to touch on, the title of the lesson here is the unknown wonders of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, and the boundaries Esau cannot pass. All
That's
right.
right.
And we're going to explain in this lesson that there's mysteries and things throughout the earth that Esau hasn't discovered. There's parts of the earth, there's all types of stuff in the earth, mysteries that Esau hasn't figured out. And ultimately, the reason why he's doing the searching, he's trying to search out the heavens and measure the earth beneath and all of that good stuff to ultimately do away with the nation of Israel.
That's
As the
right.
scripture tells us that in Jeremiah chapter 31 and also Jeremiah chapter 33. All right, because he's trying to discover all these things to do away with the nation of Israel, man.
Yep.
He actually thinks that he can do this, but really, as the brother said, Esau ultimately is in a trick bag.
That's
You know what
right.
I'm saying? So it's all in vain. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna just got a couple of videos here. We want to make some points. Lord willing, this lesson is pretty heavy, man. Because first and foremost, let's get to it. Let's play this clip just to show you the wonders of our power. All right, I did a lesson maybe about last year sometime called the mastermind of our power, man. All right, because there was an article that came out at the time speaking about Esau discovered you know uh, tens and thousands of mini Earths, different galaxies that it can inhabit life, all these things that pretty much that Yahweh Shema Shah has set up for the elect. All right, the planets, the celestial bodies, all that good stuff, man. So what we're going to show you here is the mastermind of Yahweh Shema Shah. So let's get into it, man. The
That's right.
unknown wonders of the Lord, man. All right, so let's pull this up. Bear with me. All right, just to give an example. All right. All right, Doc, you see the screen? Everything good?
Everything good.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So this video here is from Wonder World 3 years ago, 11 million views. It says fresh water meets seawater. Boundary explained. So let's let this play. All right.
What you are looking at in this footage is freshwater meeting seawater, which was filmed where the Fraser River enters the Strait of Georgia in Vancouver, Canada. This is where the freshwater of the river, which is full of silt, meets the denser clear blue saltwater of the ocean, making it look like there are two separate bodies of water not mixing. Now, it may appear like the freshwater is pushing back the seawater and creating this boundary between the two waters, but that's not the case. The two waters are mixing, it just doesn't look like it. When the freshwater crosses the boundary to become saltwater, it suddenly becomes very clear, which is why the boundary seems to exist between the dirty and clear waters. The brown murkiness of the river water is suspended sediments, which are silts and clays carried by the fresh water. However, salt ions in the seawater bind to suspended particles and cause them to stick together, causing them to become heavier and sink to the bottom of the ocean, making the water become clear. So where it may appear like an impenetrable boundary between two distinct bodies of water, it's actually a very sharply defined mixing zone. The lighter fresh water rises up and over the denser salt water, creating a boundary under the surface, where the particles are binding together and dropping down, forming a sediment layer, and mixing the two waters together. Now, I have read many comments on videos like this, and it seems there are a lot of people who view this as a religious event, and there is even a reference in the Quran to an event like this. I myself believe it's simple science with a simple explanation. The fresh water of Fraser River and the salt waters of the Strait both have different density, temperature, saltiness, and different materials in it, causing them not to mix. It's pretty much like how oil and water don't mix. But
So let's make a point, man. So this is the Lord, man. This is the wonders of Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, we have this simple explanation, man, and it's through the scriptures. So let's get that.
That's right.
All right, because this is heavy, man. You know, these waters, it's like a boundary between the fresh water and seawater, man.
Mhm.
Right? So let's get it in the scriptures real quick. All right. So it's Jeremiah 5:22. And it
I'll read
reads,
for you.
go ahead, up.
Yeah, Jeremiah 5:22. Fear ye not me, saith the Lord. Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea by a perpetual decree, that it cannot pass it? And though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet can they not pass over it.
Right. So the Lord has set boundaries between the sand and the sea. And just like you see here, he set boundaries in the ocean. Right. This explanation is the power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You know, once again, with a point we're going to make in this lesson, going back to those unknown wonders. All right. The Lord has, this is the doing of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man.
Right.
All right.
Because see, Esau tries to downplay the miracles of Yahweh Shemel Shai, but trying to come up with some type of scientific explanation. But at the end of the day, like you said, it's all the Lord that, you know, that's done this. Because he's the one that created it to be able to have that to where these two bodies of water cannot mix, man. You know, that you can try to explain it as much as you can with your science, but at the end of the day, that you can't sit there and just discount the miracles of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man.
Absolutely, man. That's what Esau does, you know. So let's get some more. All right, this is Jeremiah Salakia. This is Job. All right. Just once again, just putting emphasis on the mastermind of Yahweh Shemel Shai, his creation. All right, this is Job chapter 26, and we'll start at 7 here. Job 26 and 7. It says, he stretches out the north over the empty place and hangeth the earth upon nothing. See that? He hangeth the earth upon nothing. Because when you look out, when you see the images of the celestial bodies in the planet Earth, all right, they're not hanging on anything. They're out there. They exist, you know, in the firmament. You know, it says, verse 8, it says, he bindeth up the waters in his thick clouds, and the cloud is not rent under them. All right. It says he holdeth back the face of his throne and spreadeth his cloud upon it. All right. Because, you know, we understand pursuing the Psalm 104 and verses 2 and 3, that he rideth upon the wings of the wind. You know, the chariots or whatnot. Verse 10, the point, it says he have compassed the waters with bounds. See that? He have compassed the waters with bounds until the day and night come to an end. You see that? So he have compassed, let's go back. He have compassed the waters with bounds, man. Okay. This is our power, man.
Yep.
You know, this is all of his creation, is the emphasis that we're making, man. Okay. Get this too. All right. This is Proverbs. Okay. This is Proverbs 8, and I want to start up a little bit. All right. This is Proverbs 8 and 22. All right. Now, this is King Solomon speaking, but we know in the reincarnation that King Solomon was Yahweh Shai, because this is basically Yahweh Shai here. All right.
That's right.
This is Proverbs 8 and 22, and it reads, it says, the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai possessed me in the beginning of his way before his works of old. I was set up for the everlasting from the beginning, or ever the earth was. All right. So Yahweh Shai is from the everlasting. He's from the beginning. All right. He's the first created spirit by the Heavenly Father himself. He is the word. He's the living word. All right. Verse 24, it says, when there were no depths, I was brought forth. When there were no fountains abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills was I brought forth. While as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. Yahweh Shai was there. Okay, before the creation, before everything came into existence, Yahweh Shai was there.
That's right.
This is what he's saying. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth. When he established the clouds above, when he strengthened the fountains of the deep. Right? The point. Verse 29, he says, when he gave to the sea his decree that the water should not pass his commandment. That the water should not pass his commandment when he appointed the foundations of the earth. You see that? So the point that we just wanted to make real quick before we get into the main part of this lesson is that this is all the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Right? The boundaries over the waters, man. Right? Where the fresh water and the seawater meet. You know? Come on, man. You know? So anyway, that's pretty much the point. Unless you had anything else you wanted to add in there, Priest.
That was the main thing. Like I said, you know, Esau tries to use his science to undermine the power of the Lord, man. So this is why, you know, you can't feed too much into, you know, his scientific explanations, man. At the end of the day, this is the Lord's creation, and it just shows the wonders and why the Lord is to be feared, man. Why we read in Jeremiah 5:22, fear you not me. You know?
That's right, brother. That's right. One more before we get into it. This is Job 9 and 10, straight to the point. All right. Job chapter 9, verse 10, it says, which doeth great things past finding out. Yea, and wonders without number. All right. And we're going to get into that right here. All right. Because this example that we're going to make is part of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai's great things past finding out. Yea, wonders without number. All right. So let's get into that. All right.
If I can add to that.
Go ahead.
Real quick, because it says it's past finding out, because Esau can explain it, but then he can't duplicate it though, man.
Right.
You know, this devil can't, you know, he'll sit there and break down on, you know, why he's doing this, but he can't for himself actually bring himself to make the same thing Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has made. He can't create, you know, how he made the example of how oil and water doesn't mix. He can't sit there and recreate that himself, which shows you why he has been limited. You know?
Yeah, and that's the point we're gonna make in this lesson. He hasn't he's told the world that basically he's figured everything out. You know, the world looks at him as God. You know, he knows it all, right? But that's clearly not the case.
Yeah,
there's mysteries, there's wonders, there's things that Esau hasn't discovered. You know what I'm saying? Parts of the earth, you know, how things operate. Esau hasn't figured that out, right? So let's make that example here. All right.
I was gonna read that in the G&T real quick if I can.
Yeah, you got it, brother. Go ahead.
This is Job 9 and 10 in the G&T. It says we cannot understand the great things he does, and to his miracles there is no end. You know, so hey, man. Esau can't. He doesn't truly understand how the Most High can do these things, because if he did, he would have recreated it himself, man. You know, so this is just adding to the fact that. Hey, it says to his miracles there is no end, because we're constantly finding out new things that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has in the earth, as we're about to show you in this video, man. You know, these things that we're about to show you, he doesn't reveal to the public, man.
Yeah, just to add on real quick, how they're finding, planets, other celestial bodies, universes, galaxies, whatnot. There's different islands popping up over the earth. That's been coming out in the news. Right. Just all types of different discoveries that are popping up that Esau didn't have no clue about.
That's right.
Right. So let's make that point. Let's get into it. All right. And tell me to stop and go. You just chime in and, I'm going to just feed off you,
Got you.
Was this man unalive for exposing another ocean beneath the Gulf of Mexico? This is Michael Degree, a deep-sea filmmaker and one of the very few souls who witnessed the fountains of the deep.
Inside the ring of mussels was a lake. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm already underwater. We went out over the water in this lake and tried to descend in it and bounced off. It was so super saline and dense that the submarine couldn't go down in it. We literally bounced off. And as we down the dock, we sent ripples heading back to the shore.
Not too much longer after this documentary, he perished in a helicopter crash. Now, was he unalive for exposing too much, such as the firmament and the fountains of the great deep, both which we cannot penetrate, therefore discrediting all of modern day science and what we're told when it comes to our great planet?
So I've been seeing TikTok.
Now,
Right,
hey, you want to feed off that up?
Yeah, because that's just it's proven what we just read. Real quick, can we get that Job 14?
Yep. Got you. All right, I'm gonna read it for you. This is Job 14 and 5, and it reads, Job 14 and 5. It says, "Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee.
Mhm.
Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass."
Right. He has been appointed bounds that he cannot pass because Esau will lead you to believe that he has discovered, pretty much everything about the earth, man. But
Right.
we understand that according to with the ocean is one of the most unexplored parts of the earth, because
Mhm.
I had the article I had pulled up, but pretty much saying that I'm gonna quote this real quick. We ain't gotta get it on the screen.
Okay. Con.
The ocean is more than 85% undiscovered, unmapped, unobserved, and unexplored. So the Most High has that sealed off for him to not be able to get, man.
Mhm.
Because as the Edomite was pretty much exposing in his documentary before he got off, they tried to go down to that lower part of that layer, and it's like it was something that kept bouncing them back up, man.
Right.
Because the Most High didn't want them to get that further down into that area. Because, like I said, he has bound that he has not allowed this devil to go past, man.
Exactly. Basically,
Go ahead,
Salakia, go ahead. No, you
I
were
was gonna
saying.
I was gonna say real quick, that's just the Lord has that saved for the elect. When we get the kingdom, we'll be able to go explore that for ourselves, man.
Right. And pretty much like he was saying, every time the submarine tried to get lower and lower in the ocean, it kept bouncing back up.
Right.
That's heavy, man. That's those boundaries, man. Just like how Esau can't go to the moon. He never been to the moon.
Nope.
He can't get past the what's it called? The
Van Allen belt.
Van Allen belt, man. He'll literally burn alive. Right? So the Lord literally set bounds. Let's read it again. All right. Job 14 and 5, seeing his days are determined. All right, because the Lord has numbered his rulership, man. Okay, and right now we're at the as we always go into, we're at the pinnacle of his rule. All right, now we're seeing the decline. Right, it says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, the Lord. Thou has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Right, so the Lord has appointed bounds that this devil cannot pass. Okay, right. He can't leave the planet. You got Elon Musk talking about sending people to Mars by 2035, whatever the case is. That's not happening, man. Okay, every time this nigga shoots a rocket in the sky, it always fucking burns down.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He can't go to the bottom of the ocean, man. Right? He can't reach the depths of the sea. These are all boundaries, man. So going back to our point of this lesson, these are the unknown wonders of the Lord, man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He hasn't figured everything out, right? Slocky, go ahead.
Now, I was gonna say, Slocky, there's other parts of the ocean where if he tries to get down, the pressure is so deep, it'll destroy the damn submarine, man.
Con.
So those are just further points of showing that Esau is not in control, man. All right, the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right, he has made it to where Esau can only do what he has allowed him to. When you go into that word boundary in the blue letter, it's Strong's 20 H2705, and it says I believe I ain't gonna try to say it. It says a statute, ordinance, limit, something prescribed due. It says a prescribed limit or boundary, man. And the Lord has a prescribed limit that he's going to allow you to do, because as we're going to get into later on, the main reason why the Lord has this, because the Lord, pretty much made a bet with Esau that if he was able to, discover what the Lord, told him to discover as far as, the bounds of the ocean, the height of the skies and all that stuff,
right.
Pretty much he will do away with Israel, which is impossible, So this is why Esau will hit you with a bunch of hypotheses,
right.
A bunch of educated guess about, how far is the sun from the moon, or it's like the Earth from the sun, how far the Earth from the moon, how deep
Right.
is the ocean, and he don't fucking know, man. You know,
Yeah, he don't
he,
fucking
he
know, man.
he's trying to make himself be like God. So you people that's all in school, learning all this BS facts, man, that's not true.
Right. Let's finish it out. I'll let this finish out and we'll get the scripts.
Kind.
The last two videos.
And as we bounced off, we sent ripples heading back to the shore.
Not too much longer after this documentary, he perished in a helicopter crash. Now, was he unalive for exposing too much, such as the firmament and the fountains of the great deep, both which we cannot penetrate, therefore discrediting all of modern day science and what we're told when it comes to our great planet?
So I've been seeing TikToks about the deep scattering layer, and if you haven't heard of it, you better buckle up your seatbelts because I doubt you'll even believe me. So the deep scattering layer is like a wall or like a floor, a layer, and for a while scientists thought it was the bottom of the ocean. It literally just looks like the floor of the ocean until they found out it was moving. Turns out it's literally a wall of condensed fish. They had a hard time figuring that out because the layer is made up of mesopelagic fish, which bounce sonar waves. But after they discovered it, they realized that the whole wall literally moves to the surface at night and back down to the bottom during the day. The whole deep scattering layer moves as one unit, and scientists say it's so dense that it could make up for 65% of all fish biomass. Every one of its movements follows the sun and the moon. Scientists say that this is no accident and that the fish intentionally formed this layer, but they don't know why. I'll be making a part 2, deep scattering layer, and if you haven't...
That's the Lord. You see what I'm saying? That's your how about Shemal Shah. You know?
Man.
Esau don't got a
Everything
fucking explanation for everything, man. That's the thing. You know, when it comes to this devil, he always has to have an explanation through science. Nah, man. There's mysteries out here. There's things that the Lord is doing that Esau hasn't figured out. He's not going to figure out.
Yeah,
You know?
everything follows after the commands of Yahweh Shem Shai, man.
That's right. That's right.
Heard of it, you better buckle up your seatbelts because I doubt you'll even believe me. This is part 2 of the deep scattering layer, but I gotta recover some things because I think I confused some people. I think I gave the image that it's literally like a wall that you can stand on and looks like the floor. It would look like this in person. It's a really condensed layer of fish that's at a specific depth everywhere in the ocean. The crazy part is it's made up of predominantly lanternfish, and it could make up to 65% of the entire planet's total fish biomass. All the life we have in the ocean, and pretty much 65% of it is one species, and all in one small layer of the ocean. And it's crazy that it's this fish, the lanternfish, which has the ability to bounce sonar waves that try to pass by it. That's why they also call it the sound scattering layer, and that's why we were able to mistake it for the ocean floor. The layer was originally discovered around the time of World War II, but still to this day, science has no idea what its purpose is.
Whoo, see? You got it, priest.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, we just gonna touch on the fact that the Lord has all these things, doing it like this to pretty much show you that, once again, keep reiterating the point. Esau, there's things that you do not understand, you don't know, and you won't know.
Right.
You will not know how deep the ocean really is, man. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because as we mentioned, the ocean itself is 85% undiscovered. I have another article because we're not just speaking about the ocean, it's parts of the world as well.
Yeah.
Because this is from medium.com. It says no human has ever visited these mysterious places, and here's why. I'm gonna jump down. It's a bunch of bones in the beginning part, but it says, unsurprisingly, we aren't. I'll read this first part. We know the Earth isn't something millions of years old, but it says you would think that in humanity's 300,000 year history, we would be intimately familiar with every nook and cranny of Earth. Surprisingly, we aren't. In fact, 65% of our planet remains unexplored, most of which lies beneath the ocean. Literally anything could be down there, and we wouldn't know why. It says how deep is too deep. How deep is too deep? It says before doing research in this article, I had a vague idea of how deep the ocean is, very deep, but it turns out I was wrong. The deepest point on Earth's surface lies beneath the southern Pacific Ocean. It is called Challenger's Deep, and is a whopping 11,000 meters or 36,000 feet below sea level. For comparison, Mount Everest is about only 29,000 feet above sea level. So you just seeing the contrast of above and below, you know. So just showing you, Yahweh Shema Shah, man, the wonders of the Lord. Okay, he has things situated to where we don't truly know how vast the earth really is, man. You know, we would think that everything has been shown, but like we said, it's major parts of the rainforest that's not been discovered. All right. It's parts of the world that Esau can't go to, such as the Bermuda Triangle, which is still to this day unexplainable, while planes and ships that go through there go missing. You know, you got the Mariana Trench that Esau, you know, has not been able to figure out how to get into. You know, so these are just examples to show you that Yahweh Shema Shah has certain parts of the world blocked off.
Exactly.
So, the Amazon forest, man, you know, which they have said, reports that they have spotted dinosaurs around that area, man. You know,
heavy, man. The unknown wonders, man. Hey, this is the mastermind of our power, man. Right? So here we go. So let's read this. This is Jeremiah. All right, Jeremiah chapter 33, verse 19. We'll start here, and it reads. All right, and like we say, you know, the ones that's tuning in, hey, Lord willing, the lesson is edifying. We just talking about the miracles, the wonders of our power, man. And Esau ain't got all of this shit figured out like he proclaims the world, like he proclaims to the world.
That's right. Okay.
Jeremiah 33 and 19, it says, the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, came unto Jeremiah, saying, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, if you can break my covenant of the day and my covenant of the night, and that there should not be any day and night in their season. And what has Esau been doing? He's been trying to block out the sun,
blow up the moon,
right? Blow up the moon, sending rockets to the moon and shit, right? Like he's literally trying to do this. Okay.
Also, you had him trying to change the daylight savings to make the nighttime more longer.
Yep. Come on, man. And he's doing this intentionally for what? We'll read it. Jeremiah 33 and 20, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, if you could break my covenant of the day and my covenant of the night, that there should not be day and night in their season, then may also my covenant be broken with David, my servant, that he should not have a son to reign upon his throne, and with the Levites, the priests, my ministers, you see?
Right.
Because ultimately David's throne is forever.
Yep.
Okay. It says, because the kingdom of heaven is basically the extension of King David's throne. Right.
And as we go, further into this is just proving why he's pretty much fronting like he has everything figured out, because he's trying to disannul that covenant that the Lord has made with Israel.
That's right. Reading on. As the host of heaven cannot be numbered. You see? Esau tell you this is this many stars, is this many galaxies, right? Yep. As the host of heaven cannot be numbered, neither the sand of the sea measured. So I will multiply the seed of David, my servant, and the Levites that minister unto me. Verse 23. Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai came to Jeremiah, saying, considerest thou not what this people have spoken, saying the two families which the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai have chosen, and the two families represent the northern and southern kingdom.
That's right.
All right. The two families which the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai have chosen, have he even cast them off? Right. And this is what they say, right? Especially dealing with the so-called Christian church, right? The whole philosophy of supersessionism, right? The replacement theology that pretty much, the covenants that were made with the nation of Israel have been voided out, and now the Christian church is now the spiritual Israelites, spiritual Israel, all right, which is total bullshit, man.
Right.
Okay.
Because this is what they're trying to say. Because with all these fake ass, scientific, explanation that he has, he's pretty much trying to tell everybody that he has figured out the earth. So therefore, Israel has to be done away with, because now he has everything explained.
Exactly, which is not true, right? It says, the two families which the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai have chosen, have he even cast them off? Thus they have despised my people, that they should be no more a nation before them. Everything priest just said, right? The point. Verse 25, Jeremiah 33 and 25, it says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, if my covenant be not with day and night, and if I have not appointed the ordinance of heaven and earth, then will I cast away the seed of Jacob, and David my servant, so that I will not take any of his seed to be rulers over the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for I will cause their captivity return and have mercy upon them. Right. So the point, if Esau was able to figure all of this out, the Lord is telling, he's basically saying, look, then I will do away with the seed of Jacob. But it's not going to happen, man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We still have the day, we still have the night, we still have the celestial bodies, the ordinances, right? They're still here.
Right.
So that means that what? That the seed of Israel has not been done away with. Okay? Yeah, some priest.
You can go to the other one. I had that next.
Okay, Khan. All right, so this is Jeremiah 31. Quick precept to that verse, Jeremiah 31 and 37, and it reads, it says, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, if heaven above can be measured, right? This is why Esau's all in the firmament telling you what's going on out there, how big the universe is, how many planets they discovered, the galaxies, you know, that's him. That's basically Esau trying to measure the heaven above, right? If heaven above can be measured and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, going into what? The oceans. You see, as we just saw in the video, just pulling it back real quick. Right, let's pull that back. Okay. Because as this Edomite was explaining, you know, you had that wall of fish, all right, that was blocking, you know, pretty much the ocean floor. And then the Edomite that got killed for bringing out the information about the how the submarines went to the bottom of the ocean and they kept bouncing back up. It's like the Lord was literally not allowing Esau to penetrate any further. You see? So let's go back. Let's read it again. Jeremiah 31 and 37. It says, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, if heaven above can be measured and the foundation of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all they have done, saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. You know,
That's
you
right.
got it free.
Yeah. So hey, you can't figure it out, man. Because
Right.
once again, if that was the case, then the Most High would be bound by His word to do away with the nation of Israel, which He has not done, nor will He ever do, man.
That's right, bro.
Just to add to that precept, this is Romans 11 and 1. It says, I say then, have Yahweh Shem Yahushua cast away His people? God forbid, for I am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham of the tribe of Benjamin. The Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua have not cast away His people, which He foreknew. What ye not know what the scripture saith of Isaiah, how he maketh intercession to Yahweh Shem Yahushua against Israel, saying, but the point being, the Most High has not cast away His people, because there's
That's
still
right.
bounds of the earth that Esau has not, he has not passed, man. All right. No matter what he does, he cannot go into the heavens and measure out the stars, man. He cannot go into the inner depths of the ocean and discover. This is why it's going to stay undiscovered until He's taken out the power seat and Israel is put in the power seat, man. Because the earth is our paradise to explore, man. Because
That's right,
if Esau were able to actually go beyond those bounds, he would destroy the ocean and pretty much pollute the earth more than he's already doing, man. So this is why the earth hasn't get to the point of it can't be fixed, man, because the Lord still has major parts of it that is still intact, man.
That's right, bro. And all this is being done to do away with the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, the seed of Israel, man. This is why He's doing this. He's not just exploring just to explore this. He's trying to disannul the covenant that was made between the Lord and His people. All right, this thing is deep, right? I got this too. One more, right? So we'll make this point in verses 5 and 6. We'll start at the top. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 18 in the Apocrypha. We're going to start at verse 1 here, and it reads, it says, He that liveth forever hath created all things in general. All right, and that's Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai only is righteous, and there is none other but He. All right, the one true power, who governed the world with the palm of His hand. All right, He governed the world with the palm of His hand. The scriptures also say that the world is His footstool, that the earth is His footstool.
Yep.
Right? It says, who governed the world with the palm of His hand, and all things obey His will. Right? Just going back to that example again about the fresh water not crossing the boundaries of the seawater, right? All things obey his will, right? Going back, for he is king of all, by his power dividing holy things among them from profane. Verse 4, Sirach 18:4, to whom have he given power to declare his works? Who shall find out his noble acts? You see? Everything we telling you in this lesson, right? Who to whom have he given power to declare his works, and who shall find out his noble acts? Right? Nobody. It says, who shall number the strength of his majesty, and who shall also tell out his mercies? The point. Verse 6, it says, as for the wondrous works of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, there may be nothing be taken from them, neither may anything be put to them, neither can the ground of them be found out. Man,
Yeah.
right? That's once again the unknown mysteries, man, the hidden works of the Lord. All right. Esau, basically what we're reiterating is that Esau hasn't figured everything out, man. He's a fucking liar.
Right.
Okay.
He
There's things that hasn't been discovered. Right. Go ahead, Priest Salaki.
Yeah, he doesn't know on how the Most High really operates, man. Because as you read, it says, "Who shall what was that part about? Pretty much, you shall figure out." Or
Verse 4. Yeah, I'll read it again. Sirach 18:4 says, to whom have he given power to declare his works, and who shall find out his noble acts?
And the answer is definitely ain't you, Esau. All right. Right. Hey, we don't even know that, but we're gonna be given that information in the kingdom, you know. But right now, that's not for nobody but the Lord to know, man. You know.
Right.
So real quick, this is Isaiah 55:8. It says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are my ways, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord.
Beautiful. For
as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." Because this is the Most High, through Yahweh Shai, man, created the heavens and the earth, man. So you're not going to be able to figure this out. Because like I said, if you did, he would just destroy the earth worse than what he has done now, man. You know, so the Most High has given him a limit of how far he's going to allow him to go. I just did a lesson on that earlier this week, going to you. Do you really think that the Lord will allow Esau to destroy the earth, you know, totally? You know, because this is just, you know, the Lord allowing him to do this just to show him his power. So another way he's showing his power is by putting bounds on the earth that man can't get to right now, man. You know, specifically Esau.
Exactly. Hey, hold that scripture in Corinthians where it says that we know in part. I think it's you find it for me, but I want to read this in the I want to read this Sirach 18 in the Good News translation because this is heavy. All right, because this pretty much sums up what we've been saying throughout the lesson. Let me pull it up. I got it in my hand, but I'm gonna pull it up on the screen for the viewers to see too. All right, so let's get that. Bear with me. All right, so we're gonna read Sirach 18, 1 through pretty much 1 through 6 again in the Good News translation, right? So let's get that. Bear with me. All right. So this is Sirach chapter 18, and we're going to read 1 through 6 again in the Good News translation. So it reads, Sirach chapter 18, verse 1, Good News translation. It says, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, who lives forever, created the whole universe, and he alone is just. He has given no one enough power to describe what he has done.
Woo, man.
Woo. And no one can investigate it completely. Ooh, so that cuts everything, man. So that shows you that, look, he can't, like we said, he hasn't figured it out. Okay, because if he did, ultimately he would try to do away with the nation of Israel, right? It says, he has given no one enough power to describe what he has done, and no one can investigate it completely. Who can measure his majestic power? Who can tell the whole story of his merciful actions? We cannot add to them. We cannot subtract from them. There is no way to comprehend the marvelous things the Lord has done. Ooh, man. See? You know? Everything wasn't given to man, you know? There's secrets, there's mysteries, man.
Right.
Right.
And this is why at the end of the day, you know, for you Israelites out there that, you know, be trying to be ultra deep,
right,
things like that aren't, you know, for us to be trying to figure out right now, man. Though, like I said, that will be given to us in the kingdom. So right now, you should just be worried about salvation. Because like we said, the reason why Esau is trying to figure this out, because he has an ulterior motive, man. He wants to ultimately do away with Israel, man. But I got a quick one. This is Sirach 3:21. It says,
Spirit. I was about to go there.
Even hey, that's spirit.
Go ahead.
Sirach 3:21. It says, "Seek not out things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength." Because as we just read in Isaiah 55, all right, our thoughts are not the Most High's thoughts, man. The Most High's thoughts are above our thoughts, man. So hey, we just gotta focus on what we can put our minds on here in this flesh, man. You know.
That's right. That's right. Read down to 23.
It says, "But what is commanded thee, think upon with reverence, for it is not needful for thee to see with thine eye of the things that are in secret." Because our main focus is prophecy and salvation. You know.
Yep.
It says it's not needful for us to be trying to, go out here and learn all these ultra deep revelations, man. You know?
Right.
It says, "Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto thee than men understand." Man.
Woo! See, for more things are showed unto thee than men understand, man. Hey, this is the true power, man. Okay. Be not curious in unnecessary matters. So, like Priest was saying, you got Jake out here that want to be 2 deep, 3 deep, 4 deep, right? Flat Earth, all this crazy shit. Hollow Earth, and how the exact circumference of the planet Earth, the measurements of the moon, and the exactly how many stars. All this madness. The Lord gave us just enough. Matter of fact, give me that. And you find that scripture in Corinthians about how we prophesy in part, know in part.
I do, but I want to get this in the GNT real quick if I can.
Go ahead, brother. Take your time.
This is Sirach 3:20 in the GNT. It says the Lord's power is great. Oh, it's like 21, 3:21 in the GNT. It says, "Don't try to understand things that are too hard for you, or investigate matters that are beyond your power to know." It says, "Concentrate on the law which has been given to you. You do not need to know about things which the Lord has not revealed. So don't concern yourselves with them. After all, what has been shown to you is beyond human power to understand."
Ooh,
man.
See, beyond human comprehension, man. That's heavy, man. Hey, the brother from GMS 51-7, he said even the basics are deep. That's right, brother.
Thank you.
That's right.
Hey, every time you read it, you get a new revelation, man. Hey,
God.
You go through different experiences in your truth. You go back and read that milk. Hey, the Lord just continue to show you things, man. So we don't need to know about all the shit we just named, man. All right. The scriptures do detail about how old the earth is, but even that's not important, man. Because at the end of the day, hey, the earth's gonna get refreshed, so it doesn't matter.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
let me pull that up for you.
You got it?
That scripture, that Corinthians that we were about to get. Bear with me.
13 and 9.
Yeah, let me pull it up. 1 Corinthians 13 and 9. Can you read it out?
Yep. 1 Corinthians 13 and 9. It says, "For we know in part, and we prophesy in part."
Right. So we know in part and we prophesy in part. So ultimately, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Yahweh, through the Rakah Kodash, the Lord gave us exactly what we need to know, just enough of what we need to know in these mortal bodies to attain salvation, man. All right. He gave us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that we need, all right, for prophecy and to attain salvation. That's it. Right? Everything else is gonna come, all the deep mysteries, all that stuff is gonna come when we get upgraded into those perfect bodies, when we become like the Lord and the angels, man. Right?
The thought just hit me too. The reason why the Lord still has these mysteries out here, because another reason why Esau tries to do all these scientific explanations for everything, because when you have something figured out, that ultimately is not going to make you really fearful of it anymore either. So the way Esau be trying to make everything with these explanations to make you not fear the Lord as much, because if he's able to figure it out, then why would you need to fear the Lord then, man? So
exactly
him doing this, All right, the Most High left us like this, which gives us more of a reason to fear the Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because this things that beyond our human comprehension can't understand. Then that's just even more reasons for us to be fearful of the Lord, man. You know,
Exactly. Like the quote they have in the world, they say what they you fear what you don't understand.
woo, see,
You see what I'm saying?
Hey.
So that's exactly what you're saying. You know,
and the
this
NLT,
go ahead,
Sorry.
Slaki.
No, finish
No,
my
you
thought.
good. Go ahead.
The NLT just further what you just said. It says, now our knowledge is partial and incomplete, and even the gift of prophecy reveals only part of the whole picture.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, because we understand that the nuclear destruction is going to come, right? But we can't tell you exactly what day is going to come. All right, we can't tell you when the chariots is going to come, but we know that the chariots are real, right? You see what I'm saying? We know that salvation is for the elect. You know, basically the Lord gave us just enough of what we need to know to make it out of here, man. You know, read down to verse 12.
So back in the King James, verse 10. But when that is perfect is come, then that which is in part, shall be done away.
Right. So when that which is perfect is come, which is who? Yahushua. All right. But it says that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. Because at that point, when the Lord comes, when we get upgraded, right, then we're going to have the mind of the Lord. We're going to know everything, man. You see, we're going to understand the mysteries, the deeper things and all of that, you know? Go ahead.
When I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, and I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Right. And you become a man, and when you get this truth, man. All right. When you come into this thing and you put away childish things, really pertaining to the ways of the world, so to speak, you know. Go ahead.
For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know even as I am known.
All right, exactly. So when the Lord comes, when perfect is come, right? When Yahushua comes, we're gonna know it all. We're gonna completely understand everything, right? We're gonna know our origins. You know, we're gonna know, you know, our past lives that we live. You know, all those different things, all those things that are mysteries right now, man. You know, our purpose, all that good stuff, man. Right? Get that in the NLT.
Start back at verse 10.
Get that verse 12 in the NLT. That's it.
It says, now we see things imperfectly, like puzzling reflections in a mirror, but then we will see everything with perfect clarity.
Woo! See that?
It says, all that I know now is partial and incomplete, but then I will know everything completely, just as Yahweh Shem Yahushua now knows me completely.
Ooh, see, we're gonna be made like him. We're gonna go back to our celestial form, man, the form that we had in the beginning, man. You know, under that second covenant, when we get upgraded, then we're gonna know it all. Then we're gonna have the knowledge of the deeper things and all that stuff, you know. Man,
got a precept for you.
Gotcha.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 17. It says, for he have given me certain knowledge of things that are, namely to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements, the beginning, ending, and midst of the times, the alteration of the turning of the sun and the change of seasons, the circuits of years and the position of stars, the nature of living creatures and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds and the reason of men, the diversity of plants and the virtues of roots. All of such things are as either secret or manifest them I know.
Ooh, see, and we're gonna be tapped back into that. You know, we're gonna, with everything that you just read here, we're gonna tap back into all of that. We're gonna know all of that soon to come, right? But the only thing, just bringing it back, the only thing that matters right now is the wisdom and knowledge and understanding that's going to get us on the chariot, that's going to get us delivered. All right, the prophecies, man. You know, feeding the Lord's sheep, giving them the understanding, making it plain upon tables, as the scriptures say, man. All that other stuff is going to come later, Jake. You know, the super deepness of the knowledge and all that, you know? So
Yeah, because at the point we're at now, one of the confirmation in the spirit was lets us know that Esau's going to lose. Is that, like I said, them bounds are the surefire proof that we need to show you that the Lord will never do away with Israel. I got two precepts
That's right.
to add to that. So
You
first,
got
this
it.
is Psalm 72:5. It says, "They shall fear thee as long as the sun and moon endure throughout all generations." So the sun and moon is going to last forever, man. You know, because that's a token of Yahweh Shem Shah of the covenant that he made with Israel, man. So we're going to
That's
fear
right,
the
bro.
Lord as long as the sun and moon is here, which is going to be forever, which shows you that the Israelites are going to be here forever, man.
That's it.
All right.
Forever, ever.
That's right. And the other one is Psalms 89:36. It says, "His seed shall endure forever, and his throne as the sun before me. It shall be established forever as the moon and as the faithful witness in heaven, Salah." So
Man.
it's not going nowhere, which means that Esau, you ain't gonna be able to overtake the covenant. You ain't gonna figure it out, man. You're gonna lose ultimately,
Right.
man.
The covenant is not going to be disannulled, man.
That's it.
All right. It's going to stand forever. All right. I got two more to add in there. Just going back to because we talked about being upgraded, right? This is 1 John 3:1. It says, "Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of power. Therefore, the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not." The point, verse 2. 1 John 3:2, it says, "Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it doeth not yet appear what we shall be," right? Because we haven't been upgraded yet.
That's right.
It says, "But we know that when he shall appear, Yahushua, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is." So when the Lord comes and he changes us, then that's when we're going to know it all, right? We're going to have the mind of the angels, the mind of Yahushua, man. We're going to be back in our God-like form. You see that? Let me add one more. All right. Hey, this knowledge is beautiful, man.
Man.
Yahushua, man.
Call out Yahweh Shem Shah.
All right. This is Philippians 3:20 says, "For our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach." Verse 21, the point. "Who shall change our vile body?" You see that? Going into what? The upgrade, the change. Pursuing to what? 1 Corinthians, right? 1 Corinthians chapter 15. You know, we shall be changed. 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter. How we grown in this corruptible flesh to be clothed upon with those bodies in heaven.
That's right.
Right? It says, "Who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body?" You see? "According to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things to himself." So hey, we're looking forward to be fashioned like unto his glorious body, man.
That's
all right. That's the upgrade, man. Okay, and that's what's coming to the elect. Okay, so we have the tools, like the brother said. I'm looking at the comment board. He said what did he say? He talked about the tools. You know, we have the tools we need. You know, the tools necessary for salvation. Exactly. Right. Just laying back on what the brother was saying. GMS 51, 51st and 70 Ba. All right. We have the tools necessary for salvation, which is this knowledge, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
That's right.
All the glory, all that good stuff is coming later. Right now, we have what we need right now to get the hell up out of here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You know? So that's pretty much the point. You had anything else, bro?
I got one more, just further land back on the fact that Esau can't figure out the Most High at the end of the day.
That's right, bro.
That's part of them bounds. So this is Job 11:7. It says, "Canst thou by searching find out Yahweh Shem Yahushua? Canst thou find out the Almighty unto perfection? It is as high as heaven. What canst thou do? Deeper than hell. What canst thou know? The measure thereof is longer than the earth and broader than the sea. If he cut off and shut up or gather together, who can hinder him?" Which means pretty much just, that's the Lord flexing, man. You can't search out Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You can't figure him out, man. So the things that the Lord has, here pretty much that's
Ooh,
what we would call unexplainable. Esau is never going to be able to fully, tap into that, man.
God,
Just as we're not going to be able to tap into it until we get those new bodies, man.
that's right. I got a couple more precepts, man.
Now go ahead.
You
It's
said
a
something.
spirit, bro.
It's a spirit.
It's a heavy topic.
God, let me get that one in you see the blue the scriptures on the screen up?
Yeah, it's there.
Oh, okay, Con. Let me get that one in Second Ezra's, right? Second Ezra's chapter 4, right? Okay, so this is Second Ezra's chapter 4, verses 1 and 2. It says, Second Ezra's 4:1, it says, the angel that was sent out unto me, whose name was Uriel, gave me an answer and said, Thy heart have gone too far in this world, and thinkest thou to comprehend the way of the Most High?
Hey, this nigga went too far, bro.
Right.
He smelled himself now, man. He think he figured everything out, man.
Exactly. You think man is able to comprehend the ways of the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai?
Hell
Right? No. Hell no, man. Let me add one more in there. All right. Unless you had a precept.
Nah, you got it.
All right, let me get it. Bear with me. Let's go to Salakia. Let's go to there was one in there's a precept in damn. It was in Job, but let me see. I have some stuff written down. Give me 1 second. Let me just see if this is on point.
You know how it's worded?
Nah, I can't think of it right now, Salakia. I'm just gonna bear with me. No, that wasn't it. That was another one I'm looking for. Salakia. You read Wisdom of Solomon 7, right?
Con.
Earlier? Okay, let me see. Let me bear with me, y'all. Hold on. Let's see. This is Wisdom of Solomon. Ooh, let me see. Let's get this one. This one could work too. Just to make the point on this lesson as well. Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 13, right?
Ooh, yeah, kind.
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 13. It says, for what man is he that can know the counsel of Yahweh Shai, or who can think what the will of the Lord is, right? And this is what Esau tries to do. Esau acts like he got the Most High figured out,
Con.
It says, for the thoughts of mortal men are miserable, and our devices are but uncertain, right? Verse 15. For the corruptible body presseth down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind, that museth upon many things. And that word music, I believe, goes into to reflect or to be absorbed in thought, to waste time, right? It says, 16, the point. And hardly do we guess aright at things that are upon the earth, right? And with labor do we find things that are before us, but the things that are in heaven, who have searched out? You see? Right? It says, verse 17, and thy counsel who have known, except thou give wisdom and send thy Holy Spirit from above. So as we were saying before, right? Just first off, the Spirit of the Lord got to be something with you to even understand the scriptures itself.
That's right.
See, it says, except thou give wisdom and send thy Holy Spirit from above, right? Verse 18, it says, for so the ways of them which lived on the earth were reformed, and men were taught the things that are pleasing unto thee, and were saved through wisdom. You see that? And salvation is going to come through what? This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. And through this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is how the ways of them which lived on the earth were reformed. Right. Now I want to let me get this in the good news. I just want to see what it says in the good news. Right. This is Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 13. Let's just pull that back up. We got time, right?
Yep.
All right. So let's pull that up. All right. This is All right, Lord willing, all those that's tuning in that this lesson is edifying, man. You know, just we thought it was a heavy topic, you know, just wanted to bring it out.
All right.
You know, not trying to go too deep or anything like that, but we just want to talk about the mysteries of our power, man, the unknown wonders, man. All right, the bounds that Esau cannot pass. He ain't got this shit figured out.
Exactly.
Right? Wisdom of Solomon. All right, 9 and 13, right? Bear with me. All right, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 13 in the Good News translation, and it reads, it says, who could ever learn the will of Yahweh Shema Shai? Human reason is not adequate for the task, and our philosophies tend to mislead us, right? You know, his science, you can add that in there too,
Yep.
right? It says, because our mortal bodies weigh our souls down, the body is a temporary structure made of earth and a burden to the active mind. It says all we can do is make guesses about things on earth. Going back to what? His science, his theories, his hypotheses, and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says all we can do is make guesses about things on earth. We must struggle to learn about the things that are close to us. Who then could ever hope to understand heavenly things? No one has ever learned your will unless you first gave him wisdom and sent your Holy Spirit down to him. Ooh, man. So that shows you right there that even the knowledge of the scriptures is a stumbling block to the world in the majority of Jake, because they weren't given the Spirit, as we talked about. Right? The Spirit truly has to be supple with you in order to open your eyes up for you to see.
That's right.
For you to become privy to the mysteries, man. Going back to Colossians, was it 1 and 25? The mysteries,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then you break it down. It goes into what? The things that haven't been revealed to ordinary mortals or something like that.
Yeah.
When you go into that,
The initiative.
but finishing it out. Excuse me. Verse 18, it says, in this way, people on earth have been set on the right path, have learned what pleases you, and have been kept safe by wisdom. All right. So, yeah, that's pretty much all that I had. You had anything else up?
Nah, I couldn't find my notes for that topic, but yeah, we good.
Yeah, I'm going to try to find that scripture real quick. I think it's in Job. Bear with me. I thought it was in Job. But if not, we'll wrap it.
Yeah, man. So it's just, just further adding to the glory of the Lord, man. Because seeing these different things that, we brought out was just, it shows you the vastness of this truth, man, and the beauty of the Lord, man. Because just thinking about the things the Lord's about to reveal to us in the kingdom of heaven, man. It's going to be a constant day of discovery. Every day is going to be a new chance to discover the wonders of the Lord, man.
That's right, my brother.
Which should give you hope to keep pushing towards the kingdom of heaven, man.
That's right, bro. That's right. I found one. I found one in Job here, and then we'll finish it out. All right, Job 33, 12 and 13. I'll just read it off the screen here. All right. So this is Job 33 and 12. It says, behold, in this are not just. I will answer thee that Yahweh Shem Shai is greater than man. Verse 13, the point. It says, why doest thou strive against him? For he giveth not account of any of his matters.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another one. Psalms 147, right? This is Psalms 147 and verse 4. And it reads, it says, he telleth the number of the stars, he calleth them all by their names. All right. So imagine that, man. Right? Yahweh Shem Shai has all the celestial bodies and stars named.
That's
right. That's heavy, man. Verse 5, Psalms 147 and 5, it says, great is our Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, and of great power. His understanding is infinite.
Whew, man. Damn. See? Man,
one more. All right. I found them precepts I was looking for. This is Isaiah. Okay. It's Isaiah 40 and verse 27. And it reads, it says, why sayest thou, O Jacob, and speakest, O Israel, my way is hid from the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, and my judgment is passed over from my power.
Mhm.
All right. Verse 28. Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting power, the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary. There is no searching of his understanding. That's it.
You ain't gonna figure the Most High out, Esau, man.
That's it,
All right?
man.
The Lord will always have one up on you because there's no end to searching them out, man. It's
That's
impossible.
it, man. Possible, man. So, hey, that's pretty much it, man. A beautiful lesson, priest, too. You know what I'm saying?
God.
But that's pretty much it, man. Pray the lesson was edifying, man. We just going into the mysteries, the wonders, and all that. Lord, when the lesson was edifying, we'll close it out. We'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua,
Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakafadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. Shalom to the elect. Shalom out there. Shalom. Beautiful, bro.
God.